Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Saturday stream again. Why? Because I'm going through a massive frickin' heat wave. And I don't have the luxury or the power to, you know, go to work at the museum because it is so bloody hot. I know I would be probably indoors most of the day, but I don't care. I mean, I love the museum, don't get me wrong, but there is unbelievably so much shit that has to be done. I'm also waiting on my car because my family is helping me get a car. And so, freaking A tier, let's go Jamalama Ding Dong. Just making sure that works real quick. Okay. So today, as stated in the stream chat, title, whatever you want to call it, we have a poll going for the entirety of the stream. It's going to run the entirety of the stream. It is a battle of Steam. This is not changing what my preference of locomotive is. I will love Steam locomotives till the day I die. This is just saying, in-game, which is better. This trial is also going to entirely affect how my YouTube series plays out. I have decided that whoever wins in this poll is going to officially be the direction we go in the series. So, if chat's ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this. Because I don't know where this is going to go. I actually don't. So, our official candidates for combat today are two sets of engines, I should say, of which I have found a lot of love for. These are our two competitors in the main race of steam and diesel power. The Alco RS1s, two of them, are getting paired directly up against the K66 mic mod. These two are getting paired. The diesels are going to be handling the grain train and then dealing with everything that comes from and to interchange. They're going to pick up everything that is going to get slated out for interchange today, specifically just today. Which means that they are traveling the entire length of the railroad down and then traveling the entire length of the railroad up. Steam rules, diesels droll. You're not wrong. I frankly hate the idea that someone even remotely came up with this idea for a Steam versus diesel challenge. But frankly, I genuinely believe that Steam is going to win out in this fight. Steam is 100% going to win out in this fight because Steam has more work. And if we take a look here, god dang it, I had to fix things because everything broke. Company mode. If we take a look here at the stats, let's see, where is it? It's not the K66 anymore, it's the M66. 66,700 pounds attractive effort. That is more than the Burke, which is pretty good. Not more than the Santa Fe, but it is more than the Burke. Meanwhile, the RS1, 60,000 pounds of tractive effort. So this is not as strong as the steam locomotive. Already it is at a weak point. Also, these engines are used. These are used engines. They're not as strong, so they're already going into it with a handicap. I truly believe that steam is going to conquer the diesel power. 100%. So first things first, it is 7 o'clock. The passenger train is leaving at 8, which means the 8 needs to blitz its way all the way down to first Whittier as quickly as possible. That is the main objective. It must get to Whittier. Go. I didn't want to take a screenshot there. Steam is automatically getting a head start because it is a higher priority train. And since it is a higher priority train, it gets to leave first. We are starting this clock at 7. The goal is to see which locomotives get their jobs done first. Personally, steam is going to win. Hands freaking down, steam is going to win. There's no arguing that fact. Steam is just going to win. It's going to outclass the diesel power. Easily. Okay, with the steam now essentially moved out, the diesels are going to perform their task, their first task, of traversing all the way to here. I personally think the diesels are going to lose. I really think they're going to lose because they are not as strong as any of the steam power. They're just not. And plus, this engine, I just did this, and I'll throw a screenshot up later when we're talking about it, hauled 3,000 tons up a 2.5% grade, and that was out of the granary. That was out of the granary, so it can haul. I also double-checked this. The two trains are essentially hauling the same amount of goods. Essentially the same amount of weight. So they are working pretty much to do the same thing. 5 is done with its job. 5 now needs to wait for all of the goods to arrive. Because the 5 is going to take care of all the goods. Working at least around the Silva area. Alright, let's take a look here. 8 is clocking 19 miles an hour. The diesels aren't even clocking 15. Already looking bad for the diesel locomotives. By the way, if the diesel locomotives fail, I am scrapping them. They are getting cut the fuck up. They are going to die. They are going to be either cut up or I'm going to sell them off. Because frankly, the only reason I have these is because I have one that I work with at my museum. That's the only reason. All other diesels have been cut up. The only reason they're paired up is because I work with one. That is the only reason they are here in this fight. Alright, 3, you have the easy job. And I do mean you have the easy job. I also noticed that this is not filling into here. I do not know why. 3, you have the easy job because you are not in this fight. You are actually part of the general workforce. So you are going to participate not in this challenge. Have the surprise contender of the 9, which is my newest engine and the last steam engine I'm getting for now because I don't need any more. It is a used T1. And the reason I have chosen the used T1 is because it was cheap and I had the money for it. And it is now going to be the Robinson Gap main. Until we get the Mastodon. Because on this save, I have every intent... That's weird. I have every intent of opening up Red Marble, and I'm going to try at Tier 1, just Tier 1, opening Snowbird. Let's see. In progress right now is the water column, and it is waiting delivery. Car ordered, awaiting for delivery. Could have sworn I ordered it. Bridge to Fontana. We'll purchase that too. We'll get working on the bridge to Fontana. Okay. So the 8 is already blitzing into Bryson. Clocking a staggering 33 miles an hour, which is really good. By the way, I could not think of a name for the 8. So the only name I could think of was Gordon, because I made it blue. It's the only one I could think of that was an actual good name. Dear. The 8 has very, very much slowed down, but I think that was because of the yard limit, possibly? Or the signal. It could have been either. It also has a full tender of coal. And something I thought was really cool is if I go down under here, the corkscrew actually feeds into the fire. Which is really neat. There's also a really cool Easter egg in here. There's this on the wall, which I think is cool. I like this. That's quite interesting. Alright, so the 8 is on the move. It'll be clocking really, really fast speeds pretty much the entire length of the run. I now hear the filthies coming. I have nicknamed them Clinker and Clanker. And they definitely seem to be moving rather fast, and I did not tell them to do that. Oh, but they're going to get murked because they have to wait for the steam engine. That's going to cripple them. In a very, very positive way, that's going to cripple the diesel power. Well, well, well. An interesting development. The diesel power is being forced to work behind steam. You do not need to stop. Please continue. How's R3 doing? Alright, 3 is just about to drop off its goods. At least the set there and the set there. So that will be a good thing. And then it can drop off the 2 hardwoods, the standard oil, and then everything else can get sorted by yard crew. But right now, our biggest focus is the 8. Because it is already proving its worth. It's proving to be far, far superior than the diesel locomotive. I genuinely think that the diesels are going to lose now. Without a doubt, the diesels are going to lose. Because steam is already out of Bryson, and the diesels are not even clock... Oh no, they're clocking speed now. But it took them forever to get there. Let's keep an eye on the 8 real quick. I need to check something. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check to make sure my air conditioning was working. Because it felt like it wasn't. Zeus is now on the desk. So he is joining us in this challenge. What's our weather looking like for this endeavor? Partially clear, cloudy, rainy, rainy. Okay, we're looking at a lot of rain in game. But the 8 is still moving. The 8 is still trucking. And it's gonna get to... Yeah, it's gonna get to Whittier way before any of the other team arrives. So, you know what? I think this fight is already in the bag. I really do. I think it's already in the bag. I do. I might bring a fan in here. For the record, Steve, because I know you're here, and I appreciate that you're here, this is not a challenge of replacing Steam. It's not the case at all. It is literally me just testing to see if my railroad is even feasibly able to deal with diesel power. Because in my opinion, it frickin' can't. Okay, you have arrived. Because I know Steam is way better. That's no question. Steam is always superior. My God, look at all this coal just waiting here. All of this amazing coal. That's gonna bring in a ton of money. Alright, let's drag that forward a bit. Just so that one's touching. By the way, I fully restored this engine, so this is its first time out of the shop, really working its butt off. So, looking forward to this. 8, where are you? 8 is just now entering Ella. And the diesels have just barely made it in. It took them 23 minutes to get there. Meanwhile, they could have easily passed the 8, and they didn't. By God, they didn't. Oh, come on. We've got the space for this. Move forward, you fox. Hey, there we go. Oh, are we one car short? Ah, we're one car short. Ah, you're failing even more now, Diesels. Can't believe they're failing that hard. Damn. And going the wrong way. Not looking good for the diesel. Looking very poor. You know what? I don't even think the challenge is worth continuing. I don't. I don't even think it's worth it. I am sidelining both of them. there's a dire emergency, I'm gonna break out the diesels. But I mean a dire power emergency. Otherwise, I don't think I need them. Actually, I know I don't need them. So they're just gonna go sit. Do it for the lulz? Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of, I'm gonna sideline them. They're gonna be emergency power only. Because look, 8 is already to Whittier, essentially, and hasn't dropped speed hardly at all. The 244 might be the only one I keep around because I actually, at my museum, have a diesel. That is this build. That is number 244. It's probably the only one I'm keeping. Pure sentimental value. In fact, just for a moment, we're gonna stop this. I'm not even going to run it at all. There. The only place I can think of keeping these guys for is Andrews. Because there is so much stuff in Andrews that the switchers might not be able to handle it all. That's it. That is the only reason I think I'm going to keep them around now. Let's see. We're going to send the caboose to caboose storage. And then Clanker and Clinker are going away. Look at this. Not even breaking a sweat. And barely used any of its fuel. Diesels, on the other hand, both of these have kind of chewed through their fuel a little. The only bonus is these roller bearings, and that's it. Otherwise, completely fucking useless. Completely useless. I bet you they couldn't even handle Robinson Coal Gap if they tried. Do you guys want to see what Zeus looks like right now? Because he's looking freaking adorable. Because he is looking so cute right now. He's currently asleep. And I am doing everything I can not to wake him up. Hey, there's another mic that can be rebuilt. Let's see, is there anything else really worth grabbing right now? No, because we have so much power. Oh! Look who's arrived. With definitely more stuff than the railroad can theoretically handle. I'm going to split off the Slay Micah. We're gonna continue our deliveries. All right. Wait for the one to move. Oh, is our Robinson Coal Gap drag ready to move? Just about. It was missing a couple handbrakes. Alright, we are going to drag the Robinson Coal Gap job to here. And then we're going to start work on processing the 9. Getting it all suited up. Rebuilt, if you will. 4 is collecting the logs.